everybody, and welcome to Extruder Joe. Okay, this is part 2 of our 2-part series on adding the Folgertech FT5 Upgrade, which is the Titan V6 and the Matthew White 713Maker.com bracket set. If you're just getting here, you already have seen part 1, and if you have not, go back and watch that now. There'll be a link somewhere on the screen here. Okay, if you watched part 1, you're wondering why it took over a month for part 2. This is not as easy as it seems on the surface. It's actually quite simple to install it. Building it is simple, installing it is simple, but then the tweaky part comes in where you got to go in and adjust Marlin. You have to adjust your voltage settings and the stepper settings and all these other things just to get it tweaked in just right. Now, this is one of the first large prints I made after I did the upgrade. It's a large Pikachu. As you'll see, I'll zoom in and show you a close-up of this. There's some Z banding on the surface of the tail and the side of the head. You can sort of see that. I figured out what that is. It actually was my belts were really loose on the bottom, so I tightened them up, and the new prints that I'm making since then have a lot less artifacts on there from that. There's going to be some differences in the way that I built it to the way that you built it. The instructions are slightly vague, and so you might have said, oh, I'll just hook this wire up this way and that wire up that way. And so when it comes to my instructions on how to make it work, they might be off a little bit because, you know, we all built this our own way, kind of. I suggest joining the Folgertech Facebook group. It is a fantastic resource for getting your questions answered in a very timely manner by some very helpful people that don't seem to have much of an attitude when it comes to answering these kind of questions, even if you sound really stupid like I often do. Okay, that's enough of me yammering. Let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and start putting these parts on the Folgertech FT5. To install the E3D Titan on the FT5, just follow these simple steps. Remove the old extruder. Remember or mark the wires if you are unsure where they connect to on the old extruder platform. When removing the old extruder, you will leave the wooden melamine part attached to the linear rail along the cable chain. All other parts will be discarded. Identify the coil configuration of the stepper motor. If you purchase the same motor as I listed, you will probably have identical sets of wires. If not, they should work the same way. Strip the 4 wires from the stepper motor enough so that you can touch the wires and even wrap the ends together. Find the coil pair and check for continuity. Put your multimeter in continuity test mode. It should look like a little speaker somewhere on your dial. Check pairs of wires. If the multimeter beeps, then you have identified a coil. Wrap the linked wires together. With the 4 ends wrapped together in 2 pairs, try to turn the gear. If it spins easily, you have the wrong pairs together. It should be noticeably harder to turn the gear. If you're using the same stepper connector, you can wire it up as shown in this diagram here. Remember, if you get these wires reversed, you should be able to fix them later in the firmware. Now attach the 713Maker bracket to the FT5 linear rail. Just put the screws in through the top and attach it through the bracket. Now put the long screws to the bracket on the top and clamp it down most of the way. Then insert the lower screws. Once all the way in, you can tighten everything down. You should not feel any play in any axis from the bracket. It should slide back and forth very freely. Try it out to be sure there is no binding. Now you're going to want to spin the FT5 around so you can get to the back of the printer. Install the belts as shown here. Make them as tight as you possibly can, either through the zip tie attachment or with normal adjustment. Loose belts make sloppy prints. It should feel like a guitar string after you get it tight. Now you're going to connect all of the electrical connections. They should be the same as before. You should now connect the extruder stepper motor, the fan, the heat, and thermistor. Note: take special caution with the thermistor. Its wires are marginally thicker than a human hair, and if you snap one, you cannot repair it. Be very gentle with these wires. Check the range of motion on the XY axis to be sure all wires have enough movement, and then zip tie them down so that they are all supported. The holes in the bracket make for a nice mounting point. Verify everything works electrically. Once the fan is running, the heater heats up, and the thermistor is measuring accurately, it's time to check the extruder for accuracy. Grab a lightly colored filament and cut off a piece at least 200 to 300 millimeters in length. Have the hot end at least to 180 degrees Celsius and push the filament down into the hot end until some comes out the bottom. From the top of the neck of the extruder, measure 100 millimeters and mark it on the filament. Either through the control panel, Octoprint, or whatever method, set your extruder to feed through 100 millimeters of filament. It should stop at the mark. If it is not, you will need to adjust the stepper within Marlin. At this point, if nearly 100 millimeters was extruded, then try to print a 20 by 20 by 20 millimeter test cube. you will need to adjust it as normally you would to achieve the look you're going for. Over and under extruding. If you're using the pancake motor I recommended, it is a 200 turn motor. The command you enter into Marlin is this. 418.5 is the starting point for the extruder. I ended up finding the sweet spot for me at 442. You can test this number while printing. Via S3D, Pronterface, Octoprint, anywhere you can enter the manual command, put this in and enter M92E400. To extrude faster, increase the number, M92E450. If that is too much, shoot in between. This is called bracketing. M92E425. See how that does. If that's just a little too low, bracket again. M92E440. Give it a little time while you're printing and see what changes. Find the number that extrudes well for you and then put that number in the extruder section of Marlin. Once you've done all of this, you're all set. Okay everyone, I hope that was helpful and I hope that helped you get everything sorted. Like I said, if you're still stuck, check out the Folgertech Facebook group. They will help you out much better than I can. So if you ask questions in the comments, I'll probably just tell you to go over there because I'm still very new to this. If you're new to my channel, this whole premise of this channel is me learning 3D printing, and that's my first printer I ever built, so I wouldn't be a great resource. You're probably better off going to the experts over on the Facebook forum. Also, if you guys are interested in buying anything from John Folger over at Folgertech, he's given me a code to use. It is extruded. All you have to do is put that in the cart at checkout. Whatever you want to put in there, the entire cart will save you 10% on your order by using extruded. I do not make anything from this link at all. Any links that are down below that are for Amazon are affiliate links, and I'll make a small cut off of anything that you buy on Amazon. So you can use them or you don't have to. I'll let you know about it ahead of time because I think hiding links is a bit skeezy, and I don't like skeezy. Okay everybody, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little tutorial. Like I said, any major questions, probably throw them over on the Folgertech forum. You can reference this video so you know what the hell you're talking about. If not, and you're stuck, I can try to help you out a little bit, but like I said, I'm not a pro at this. Thanks everybody, I will see you all very, very soon. Remember, nice to be important, more important to be nice. See ya!